What's up guys, it's Apollo here and welcome back to my channel Apollo Extra. Today I'm back with a new interesting story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Was Abandoned Son of Artemis? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie as well. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my main channel for more Naruto content as well. I will leave a link in the description. Now without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins with Naruto, who was currently in an alleyway of New York City, as he, a 13-year-old boy, was malnourished and his bones could be seen, as currently he was laying next to a wall that was supporting him, looking up into the sky at the moon. As his silver eyes were slowly starting to fade, his vision was becoming blurry, as only one thought was going through his mind. Why? Why him? Why was he the one so unfortunate? Why not anyone else? You see, what happened was that, from the day Naruto could remember, he has always been an orphan. He was put into the orphanage. Even some of the orphanage matriarchs in Japan have told him that he was abandoned by his father and was delivered here on the day he was born and brought to him. His mother was dead. Naruto didn't have any parents, but something happened, and due to some course of events, Naruto was abandoned by the orphanage as well here, and mainly on a ship that was sent on to America through docks, as after that he arrived there and was kicked out into the America, and he has been ever since wandering around and trying to fight off these monsters, which he basically just trying to get away from. He was too close, almost many times dying, but this time he was dying really. Not because of monsters or anything, but because he couldn't hold on. His will to live was just dying out. Why should I survive? I mean, hey, might be able to see my mom once I die. And that is when he sends someone picking him up. You barely have any weight. I'm so sorry, my nephew. I let you suffer because of my sister's ignorance, but not anymore. To hell with the rules, you're coming with me. As after that, Naruto woke up, as he saw that he was in a divine place that shined brightly, and he was wearing a toga. Where is this place? As he finally looked at his hands and his arms, instead of being skinny toothpicks there, it was a healthy child's arm. Ah, you're finally awake, Naruto. I'm so sorry, said a man that was standing in front of him with tan skin, golden eyes, and golden hair that was shining. Who are you? I am Apollo. I am your uncle. I am so sorry. Because of my sister's foolishness, this has happened. And I will promise you this much. I'll make her listen to me this time. As something happened, as a moon symbol appeared, and out of nowhere, a woman was there with the burnt hair and silver eyes, like his. Why have you called? What is he doing here? She said in a low tone. I found him dying out, as he caused this until Naruto passed out, as it was because of the golden dust that this happened, as he was placed back. Why did you brought him here? I didn't want to see him. He's my... What? Your biggest mistake? Is that what you're going to try to say, Artemis? Open your eyes. He's just a kid. He didn't ask for this. You are the one who broke your vow. You are the one who trusted that man who abandoned him. It was in a spur of the moment, and I ordered him to do this because he didn't wish to have kids. Why? Why would you? It was because of that accursed Aphrodite. She has put something in my drink which caused me to break my oath. I should have known. But regardless, he was born, wasn't he? It wasn't he who asked this. Please, he's your son. I can't. What will... To hell with them! Do tortures with them. Forget about them. He has gone through enough. Please, I beg of you, said Apollo. Don't do this. All my life, I wanted a child from you, who can call my nephew. And I promised you that if you ever had that child, I will love him like I do to my own children. And I have shown you that. Why can't you as a mother could? "What is going on here?" said Hera, the queen of Mount Olympus, as she arrived there. "Your voice could be heard all across my temple to the other side. And why is that a boy, a mortal here? And why does he has essence of your energy, Artemis?" Until her eyes widened as Artemis looked down. As Apollo was wise enough to explain everything to her, this calls for a council meeting. As after that, the council meeting was called, and Zeus was infuriated by Aphrodite and has stripped away her powers to influence other gods and goddesses, even though it hated and hurted her to no end. And in the end, she was feeling guilty because of what she has caused towards Naruto and understood her mistake fully. As even Athena was heartbroken by this, her kids suffering such fate, all thanks to Aphrodite. But Artemis wasn't let off the hook. Artemis, even if I have told many of the selfish things and made many of the selfish laws, what you have done is something that I or any of the other gods haven't done. Even if we don't claim them, said Hermes, some of them, we have brought them safely to a place where they can call home, the Half-Blood Camp. If you wanted to not claim him, you would have to place him there. At least he could be safe. But what did you do? You outright ignored him. He could have died. He's nothing more than a child. I know one thing. I hate demigods, but I do not wish for them, or at least this fate to follow them. They are against my domain, but why don't I sense that he is not against my domain? Why he? I was forced by her to marry him, and I had to. It was only after Naruto was born that the curse was broken, and as Sedek's goddess herself appeared. You do not have to worry about anything, Artemis. Be praised that your son is born. Take care of him, because that is a gift to you for what you wished for, isn't it? A blessing in disguise, Alto. You wished for motherhood, and that is what you have achieved. Do not let it go to waste. You still have time. The kid is young, and he might be able to forgive you after learning about your circumstances. As after that, Artemis' breath hitched as tears fell down, but Zeus was not lenient. What he has seen was something that no one of them has seen in the previous years, since the day their monarchy began. I'm giving you some time, Artemis. Take the boy amongst your hunters. Artemis nodded only, as after that she saw that everyone left. Even Apollo was leaving. Wait, Apollo, I do not wish to speak to you right now, sister. I have some matters to attend to. As Apollo too left, as she was left on her own. As she returned back to the campsite where her hunters were, Phoebe and Zoe, most of her two close and oldest hunters. What is it, my lady? You look... There's something that I want to tell all of you. Gather everyone, as all of the hunters were gathered. What is it that you want to tell us, my lady? I had a son. What? As everyone was shocked, as Artemis explained her side of the story, and told how her son has went through in life. I feel for that boy. Even though I cannot believe I say this, said Phoebe. But that boy has suffered way too much, and you have gone way too much extreme, my goddess. Even though we hate males, but only those, as you have said and told and explained to us again and again, who are nothing more than horny, as well as those who are tormentors towards women. But he was the one who was tormented by fates, by you. Said every other hunter, as they have agreed to this. As Artemis was now on the verge of crying as well again in front of her own hunter, her own people, her own kin, until Apollo arrived there, as they all bowed. I'm here to deliver you your son. You have been given 1 week. If not, then your hunters will be disbanded, and they will be allowed to return to the Camp Half-Blood only, or Camp Rome if they want to, but you will not have any hold over them. And not only that, your titles will be taken away from you, since you are irresponsible as a goddess. That is something that I request, because I do not wish to Naruto be your outlet of hatred anymore. He wasn't my silence. I will not be talking to you any more leniently, and I'll be watching you closely, sister. So choose your words as well as your ways wisely. As after saying these cold words, Apollo finally left, And Artemis saw that her son was stirring awake, as Zoe and Phoebe were the only ones there. As Naruto then said, "Please don't hurt me. I, I didn't break into your house. I don't know why I'm here. I promise. As Zoe then said, "Calm down, young one. We're not going to harm you. We are the ones who brought you here as well." "What? Why? Why would you?" "Because this is your home. This is where your mother resides alongside us." As a burn-headed woman walked inside again, the same one Naruto saw in her dreamlike state before he faded. Who are you?" I'm your mother, Naruto." As Naruto's eyes widened, "Where have you been?" Naruto said, "I thought that you were dead. Many of the people said that you were. Even my Margaret of the orphanage said I wasn't. I'm a goddess, Naruto. As Artemis was on the verge of crying, she couldn't hold it as she hugged her son and cried. But for some reason she felt at peace, and so did Naruto, as she began to explain her side of the story. And even after that, she thought that her son might hate her like any other male, but Naruto just hugged her and cried. So you didn't hate me? You don't hate me. They were wrong. You didn't abandon me. I had a family. I'm happy. I'm thankful. Thank you. Thank you for being here now." As after that, Artemis just felt fulfilled, and she hugged her son close now and fell asleep like this. Even though she was a goddess, for some reason she just fell asleep and woke up next morning. And after that, from that day onwards, Naruto was with her 24/7. Wherever their hunters and she went, Naruto was with her all the way. And he wouldn't even leave her side. But that is until he reached at the age of 16. 4 years later, when he had to go to Camp Half-Blood now. As he was standing on one side, as his mother and hunters were on the other side, his sisters, who has grown up with him. "Well, sisters, mother, I'll be leaving now. Take care of yourself, son. I promise I will. I will miss you all. So will we, Naruto. So will we. But don't you worry. We'll be watching you," said Phoebe, as Zoe blushed and looked away, as did Naruto. As Artemis chuckled at that, as Naruto finally went inside Camp of Blood. "It's time for us to leave, Artemis-sama." "I guess so." "Don't wait too long, Zoe. He's not gonna return," said Phoebe with a teasing smile, as she blushed and left. You see, what happened was that Phoebe began to develop feelings for Naruto, and Artemis only allowed this because Naruto felt the same, and pure feelings, not those of sexual or something akin to horny, and that was that. Naruto was a special child. He was her child, and he will only do this to conceive a child, and only for that. At least that is what she believed. And in case of Zoe, she was quite surprised. Her oldest hunter has fallen in love with Naruto, her own son, and let's just say Apollo has finally forgiven her for what she has done, and so has forgiven Aphrodite, and has asked for forgiveness for Artemis as well, and to Naruto, for cause of this pain and misery. And Naruto has forgiven her, and so has the others. As finally Zoe left, "I'll be waiting for you, you idiot." As she left as well finally, reminiscing of the way when their paths will cross again. And until the day he will be of the age where he will be able to marry her. I promise you that I will let you hand over my son if you only are able to hunt down 500 monsters in the upcoming 6 months, Zoe. As Zoe's ears perked up, my lady. "I know, Zoe, you don't need to hide it." "Who knew? My general, Zoe Nightshade, would have fallen in love with a male, and my own son nonetheless." As Zoe blushed, but didn't mind, as she was like an open book read by her own friends as well as her hunters and mistress. So she was fine by that. But she wouldn't be if it was Naruto who knew about this. As she smiled, "This could be the beginning of something good. I hope so." And so were the thoughts of Naruto. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!